In this video, I am going to show you how to find your gifts and your talents after losing everything. I didn't figure this out by a book or by a program. I used these same steps when I had to rebuild my life from scratch. If you ever felt lost, disconnected, or unsure what you still have to offer, I'm going to walk you through this step by step. Grab your paper, grab your pencil, and let's get started. Step 1, stop looking for passion. Instead, start looking for patterns, right? So most people get stuck because they're asking themselves the wrong question, such as question 1, what am I passionate about? 2, what's my purpose? 3, what should I be doing in life? After loss or trauma, those questions feel very overwhelming. So instead, ask yourself, what are patterns that continually happen in my life? Such as, sometimes we have people that always come and ask us different questions, right? Or you find yourself when you answering those questions, it comes naturally. It's not hard. It's not something that you have to go and you have to find. It just happened organically. Or when you was going through your hard place or that season of trauma, you were still able to help others and it flowed easily. You know what I found? Your gifts leave clues. Write that down, y'all. Your gifts leave clues. They show up in repetition, not inspiration. So, if people always ask for advice, guidance is a gift. If you always solve problems, problem solving is what? A gift. If you always notice what others miss, awareness is a gift. So losing everything does not erase your gifts. It only strips away the noise. Step number 2, separate your identity from what you lost. Many people believe that they lost their value when they lost their marriage, their job, their home, or whatever role that they played. They felt like they lost their value, but that's not true. But that's how it feels, right? Your skills did not leave when your circumstances changed. You did lose leadership. You lost a position. You did lose intelligence. You lost a structure. You did lose creativity. You lost safety. What you lost was a container. What you still have is capacity. And you know what, y'all? I'm just be really honest with you all with this step 2. This step 2 right here, it took me the longest because I tied all of my values to my roles, to my marriage. When my relationship or when I went through my divorce, that's why it hit the hardest. I had to really understand the emotional side of rebuilding. Y'all, when I tell you my divorce almost took me out, the flip side of that is now rebuilding myself from what I lost. That trauma was very difficult for me. You know what? That's something that I really, really, really took the time to break down in my ebook. Because once you understand what happened to you emotionally, you stop thinking something is wrong with you. That resonated with me big time. Because rebuilding after trauma is hard. But we have to change our mindset to stop saying that it's hard and stop making excuses to why we haven't started rebuilding yet. Step 3, test your gifts in real life, not just in your head. That's where people get stuck at, right? And that's how we can get unstuck, by testing our gifts in real life and not just in our head. Confidence does not come from thinking, it comes from testing. Y'all, we got to get these gifts out of our head and we got to start testing what our gifts and our talents are. If we never step out to do what we think we're wanting to do, then how will we know that we will succeed in it, right? How will we know? Y'all, make note of this. Share one insight publicly, whether or not you post it on Facebook, whether or not you post it on Instagram, but share one insight as a message and send it out. Help one person with something you already know. Create one small thing. It don't have to be perfect. It don't even have to be finished. You don't find your gifts by thinking about them solely. You discover them by using them. Y'all, this right here is helping me rebuild my life. It's helping me to tap back in to the gifts and the talents that I already had deep down on the inside. Clarity comes after action, not before it. Y'all, I'm telling you, test your gifts in real life, because once you start to rebuild, the trauma starts to slowly leave. Is it gone all the way? Nope. But once you start to rebuild, you start to see your talents and your gifts more clearly. That's what's happening to me right now as I'm starting to rebuild. I am so excited about what's happening to me as I'm starting to rebuild my world all over again. When you test your gifts and you start to make changes and you start to send out those small messages and insights to people, you begin to feel unstuck. When I was rebuilding, I needed a way to test ideas without burning myself out or starting from scratch every time, y'all. That's actually why I created that 200 done for you digital products. You don't have to think about this, or you don't have to recreate the wheel, because I've done it for you already. So I'm telling you, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, a small business, y'all, you choose to. I have created it for you already. The goal isn't perfection, right? I told y'all before, you don't have to be perfect. You just need to start. So what I've done for you was created this 200 done for you Canva digital products. I created it for you so you won't have to start from scratch. All you have to do is create it, edit it to fit your brand, and send it out and see what happens. Just start. So step number 4 is pay attention to what gives you energy and not praise, because praise will lie. Energy doesn't. So when you actually test your gifts and your talents after you kind of start to rebuild yourself, ask yourself these questions. Did this drain me, or did it fuel me? Did time pass quickly or slowly? Or did you feel more like yourself afterwards? Or like, how did it make you feel? Because these questions will actually help you answer these questions. Like, it will actually help you define whether or not that was your gift or talent, or were you trying to be like somebody else. So pay attention to those things, okay? Your real gifts don't exhaust you. They engage you even when they're hard. So that's why I say, find or tap into your real gifts. Gifts that fit you. Not gifts of your neighbor, but your gifts and talents. Because we all have gifts and talents. And like I stated, trauma will make it seem like you don't have any gifts or talents. But I can tell you, you do. You do have a gift. You do have talents. We just have to tap into them. And when you start to rebuild your life again, you will start to find what those gifts and talents are. Step number 5, commit to building from where you are, not where you should be. Most people delay rebuilding because they think they need to be healed first, confident first, or ready first. You don't rebuild after you feel ready. Y'all, I don't feel ready, right? You don't feel ready when you first start to rebuild. You rebuild and readiness follow. So now that I'm rebuilding, right, things start to get a lot better. Because like I told you, trauma will mess up your whole vision. Trauma will block your sight. But when you start to rebuild, it starts to remove trauma. And now you begin to see what your gifts and talents truly are. So I want you to commit to one gift or talent. One direction. Which way are you going to take it? And I want you to do this for the first 30 days. 30 days. I want you to commit to doing the thing that you want to do. For example, it's a brand new year. Happy New Year, 2026. So some people say that they want to save money, right? They want a budget. They got to get their money back on track. Because like I was sharing with you all, it's something that I was doing as well, because through my divorce, it took all of my money. I had to pay for my divorce. Then I had to relocate, and I had to do all of that. And I didn't have a lot of money. So what I did was I wanted to save money. I had to rebuild not only my life, but I had to rebuild my bank account. So I know at the beginning of the new year, a lot of people say they want to save money. They need to get their money on track. They want to either start a business. They want to do all of these things, right? So a lot of people want to rebuild their life, but they avoid their finances. Why? Why do people avoid their finances, right? Because it feels overwhelming. I get it. I was there too. Like I just told you, I had to rebuild not only my life, but my finances as well. But stability comes faster when your money stops being a mystery. When you can find out where your money is going, how you need to budget, how you need to get back on track, you be in a better place and you can get there faster than what you ever dreamed. So that's why I always say emotional rebuilding and financial clarity, they go together. They work hand to hand. As I'm rebuilding my life, I'm also rebuilding my finances. That means that I need to get everything back aligned, right? I got to get it back in order, because why? It's important. You don't need more money first. You need awareness. So when I can see where my money is going, I can kind of keep everything in alignment. So every small, consistent steps with your money create confidence you can build on. So just know, I'm telling you, when you start to rebuild your life after trauma and you rebuild your finances as well, you gain that confidence that you thought that you lost, because the gifts and the talents, right, can help bring you finances. It can help you tune what it is that you're trying to do with your life, right? So I'm telling you, this is big, y'all. This is big. This is big. Everything we talked about today, finding your gifts, separating your identity from lost, testing your ideas, building stability, it all works better when you have the right tools and support. I've created resources for each of these steps, and they're there if you need it. So there's a link in the description in my bio. If you need those resources, they're there. Take what fits, leave what doesn't, and move at your own pace. In the next video, y'all, I'm going to show you how to take what you've discovered and start building a life that actually supports who you are right now, not who you used to be. I'll see you there. Stay tuned.